called Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, giving double honor to the Apostle Elder's Great Millstone, peace and blessings to preaching this truth abroad. All right, it's Brother Napash Kodash coming again from the GMS Cleveland branch. All right, and as I get right into it, you got to know from the title, we don't see Babylon's downfall. We're actually watching it. All right, we watching as the stock market, Slovakia, is crashing. We're watching as the dollar inflates. $1 from 20 years ago is not the same $1 today. We're watching as the morals of these people slowly decline. Not even slowly at this point. There was a particular time in his life, probably well before I was born, but there was a particular time people had manners, people had etiquette here. Now, you liable to see another nigga walking another nigga on a dog leash down the street, claiming to be furries. All right? That's how we know this place coming to an end. But we're going to jump right into it with Isaiah 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. And look, the city of confusion. Why do you think it's called Babylon? Babylon, the root word is Babel. All right, go back to the towers of Babel. When you look up that word, it's all the same. It goes into babbling, and babbling goes back to the word confusion. All right, so the city of confusion. Why is this place known as the city of confusion? Because everything here is confusing. From the financial system, you know, in this place, you got something. We pay an annual tax for being an American citizen. No one really explains how that shit works. All right, then you go to the political of this place. No one really explains how that works. You know, you have to do like deep research on this place. And even when you do deep research, it really gets more confusing. You know, you got a president here with he can do 2 terms. He's going to do 4. But then really you don't elect him. The Electoral College elects him. So your vote is just a popularity vote. Then you got 2 sides, so where you can get your president from, the Republican or the Democratic. And then you also have like smaller factions that never win, that people don't even know about. It's just confusion here. All the way down to the morals of this place, where a man can't be married to more than one woman here. It's illegal, but yet a man and a man can be married. That is confusion. All right. It says every house is shut up that no man may come in. This is the time period we coming into. We getting ready to see boarded up buildings, but you know, by the block. I ain't talking about now where we ride through the hood. The hood is going to be a fucking vacant parking lot. You niggas are going to live in unheated apartment complexes because they're going to be boarded up. All right. Those bridges and all of those entrances into this place, they're going to be boarded up as well. No one's going to be trying to come to America in this day. All right. Verse 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. That wine is essentially going into the wisdom, right? People are going to be looking for this wisdom, right? But you can also say in a physical, literal sense, people are going to be looking for wine because people use drink as a getaway, as you would say. It ain't going to be no getting away from this time period. You going to live through it, and you going to deal with it, especially the wicked. Because you had a chance to get right, but you chose to live in folly and in pleasure. So in this day and age, you're going to live through the darkness. It says the mirth of the land is gone. In that day and age, ain't going to be no 3 a.m. parties. Ain't gonna be no let's hit the club, let's go get a bottle, let's go get a pizza. That shit's going to be over with. You niggas are going to be in a concentration camp, or you going to be in the city starving, or you going to be out in the wilderness pretending like you was watching Animal Planet and you know some skills. That's where niggas gonna be at. In a hard place between a rock. They're not gonna ain't gonna be no comfort like how it is now. You tired, you can go home and lay in your bed. No, ain't gonna be none of that. You know, you thirsty, you just go straight to the store, get you something to drink, kick back. No, ain't gonna be none of that. The mirth, the happiness of this place is gonna be gone. All right. Verse 12, in the city is left desolation. The gate is smitten with destruction. So from the very beginning, the entrance of this place gonna be hit with destruction. Your LA's, your Florida's, your Texas, your New York, those major entrances to this place, they gonna look like shit. All right, the entrances to this country gonna be known as exits in that day, cause people gonna be trying to leave. That wall down south, that ain't gonna be to keep niggas in. I mean, that ain't gonna be to keep niggas out. Niggas gonna be trying to get out of here. All those immigrants and all that came here, they gonna be trying to get out of here. That's why the scriptures say, every man shall return to his country. All the other nations that's here, when they got the chance, they gonna leave before it get too bad. They gonna tell their friend like, "Hey, ain't no money to be made here no more." As a matter of fact, I'm grab it. You know, cause in that, like, I'm trying in this day, it ain't gonna be no happy day, right? It's gonna be a day of darkness. All right, this is Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own country. And that day of the Lord, that darkness day, the day of darkness, people ain't gonna want to be here. That last flight back to Iraq, every Iraqi gonna try to get on that. That last flight back to China, every Chinese man gonna try to get back on that. There's not gonna be a reason to be here. The price of living gonna be way more here than it is gonna be at back home. You know? Then you're gonna have a civil war, all type of shit going on. All right, this is Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Them 10 horns, that's the EU, that's NATO, that's EU right there. They gonna shoot they missiles on. Right now, they allies, because you got NATO and the EU. They clicked up with America, which in the scriptures, America would be the whore that ride the beast, right? But eventually, the scripture say the beast shall hate the whore, right? And it's telling you right here, burn her with fire. They're gonna shoot their missiles on America. Eventually, everybody gonna wake up and say, "Hey, the problem is that bitch." All right, ain't gonna be no sugarcoat, and everybody gonna be like, "Hey, if we wanna put an end to this, she gotta go," and that she is America. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So your average war from the beginning of the time, you had the gnashing of teeth, you had the sounds of swords, and they just clashing against each other. You even had men screaming. You had the catapults, But this war is going to be fought with fuel of fire. They say be with burning and fuel of fire. That's talking about the ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. It's going to be a very distinct war, as you will, a very particular war, because we haven't had no war where it was just missiles. We haven't really had a war with missiles to begin with. The most we've seen is the hydrogen bomb. Ain't really no missile ain't really just hit no country, like no major missile. You got the smaller ones that's used in warfare, but no ICBM, to my knowledge, I haven't heard of, because that'll wipe a whole country out. Let alone the United States, which is the third largest country behind what, China and India, and then technically Russia. So another small country can get wiped out in one hit. What more for this place when you got thousands of missiles that are going to hit this place? So this war is going to be different. Not only is it, a missile war, but it's going to be overkill. This is Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgressions thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So there ain't no coming back for this place. All right, say the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. When you get in your drink, you could be sitting down drinking, and the moment you stand up, you all over the place. The ground look like it's shaking. That's the good example actually, because that's what's gonna happen here when them missiles hit. It's gonna be the earthquake of earthquakes. All right, you're gonna see the heavy earthquake shaking way harder than the light earthquake, but you're gonna see both earthquakes because that's how hard these missiles gonna hit the ground. All right, then it say and not rise again. This it's not gonna come back. There's no coming back. This place gonna get destroyed down to it's gonna be uprooted. It's gonna be destroyed from its foundation, melted. The sins of this place, first of all, the sins of this place have reached into the heavens. Guess what? The Lord gonna bring it down to the ground. Scriptures talk about he who exalt thyself shall be brought low. Hey, guess what? This country has exalted itself the highest of any country ever. So the Lord is gonna bring this country the lowest that we've ever seen. Revelations 18:2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitations of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's what Babylon, once the missiles hit, and the ground, after a very, very, very long time, talk about the smoke gonna go up forever and ever. But once it finally stopped, and once the ground finally cooled, which would be thousands of years in the future, the only thing that's gonna dwell here is gonna be lizards, vulture-like birds, things of that nature. Ain't gonna be no cows, ain't gonna be no people settling here. This place gonna be a fucking you're like Mad Max. It's gonna be like that minus the people. It's just gonna be a wasteland. Revelations 18:21, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And that's what I was saying earlier about how low this country gonna be thrown down. All right, it is going to be very, very low. If you could you imagine if you took a millstone and threw it into the ocean? It might take a minute to fall, and it's spiritual because America's gonna take a minute to fucking burn up. It's gonna fall in 1 hour, according to the scriptures, but as far as it burning, it's gonna burn for a very, very long time. It's gonna be a campfire for many summers. Put it to you like that. It's gonna fall very low. Revelations 18:10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Hey, this place, that's all that's going to take is 1 hour. Yahweh shot with the chariots shooting down on it, the missiles falling on it. 1 hour. This country been here for roughly 250 years, roughly. Yet 1 hour will it fall. That's a swift death to me, if you ask me. The Lord gonna make quick work of her. Revelations 14:8. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And that's the thing about it. Every country laid in bed with America. And guess what? They got burned. This is a nasty whore. You know what Babylon taught the other nations? How to eat fast food. How to put your woman over your men. All right. How to fucking die. That's basically what Babylon taught the other countries. I made a point at camp today. When you look at Japan, 200, 300 years ago, them was strong samurai warriors. They was getting busy with the sword. They had certain art, a certain culture. They wore I forget what it's called. They wore a certain attire. Now you go over there, it's a bunch of weak back niggas who watch anime and niggas weigh like 100 pounds. They eat McDonald's now. They eat fucking fast food there. That's a completely different land. And we know that because America bombed Japan. And then came over there and rebuilt them. And look at where they're at now. That's just one example of why America got to go. This is what it does to countries. It don't rebuild them stronger. It make them weaker and make them pay tribute. And then it teach them evil. I'm pretty sure they had their women in order over there. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure they wasn't as wicked as they are now. I'll say that. Once you come up under the devil, you're gonna get wickeder. And that's a lot of these countries. Why you think the Middle East always going back and forth with America? They want to keep their way of life. They don't want furries walking around their land. They don't want moles walking around their land. You had that in Nigeria. They made being a homosexual against the law there. And you know what America did? They put a tariffs and tax on it. Same day. I don't think they ever took them off. I'm going to end it with this. This is Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. All right, what's that destroying wind? That's that wind from them missiles. All right, not only do you have a shock wave, you're gonna have a firewall. Man, you gotta watch Independence Day the second one. I'm gonna rewatch it myself. That's a good visual. Motherfuckers holding on gates, tongues, and mouths burning and melting in their face. Hey, when that destroying wind come through, it don't matter what bomb shelter you in, you're going to die. When that destroying wind comes through and you in a skyscraper, hey, you gonna fall. You damn sure gonna fall with this place. All right. But hey, I hope that was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakal Kadash, giving double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings, brothers, pushing this truth and sincerity, and Kwam Yasharallah.